I'm breaking out, I'm breaking in. I just can't help this state I'm in. I'm on my way, y'all. So put your shades on. This light's so bright, it's blinding. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. Breaking free, I'm breaking ground. I can't explain this thing I found. The clouds have moved on. I got my groove on. This pep in my steps infectious. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I've been stuck in a rut. I've been shit out of luck. I've been wondering what is up with me. And then I realized it's up to me to decide. I can just be radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. Radiating love.
Good morning. You are an irresistible magnet with the power to attract unto yourself everything you desire. Even more importantly, everything you require. So whatever is going on in your life, my friends, what it is you require, you can bring into your life. Whether that's a trip to another state, the money to do it, anything that you require. You have the power to magnetize, to bring into your life that which you need. Something that we especially need to remember considering what has happened this week in our Supreme Court and in too many of our states. And, of course, very disappointing, very maddening even, a lot of anger, a lot of distress about it. And we all have to work through that in our own special way. But when we remember that we're an irresistible magnet with the power to bring into ourselves, to attract into our lives that which we require, not just desire, that which we decide to require, even more important and more powerful than desire is require. That's going to show up for you, for me, for anyone who needs help, who needs assistance, who needs to step through, or as our mission statement says, bust through, soar, and zoom into the life we have decided to have, into the medical assistance we have decided to have. Something to remember. Usually I start out all energetic and happy, snappy, but and I am happy, snappy, but I want us to all remember this right now. No matter what is going on, no matter the opinions of a bunch of middle-aged old white men, mostly at least, that we have the power in chaos, in trauma, in wonderful experiences. We still are the power. I'm Reverend Dr. Jay Willick. I'm the senior minister and spiritual leader here at the New Thought Spiritual Center, and I want to welcome you to our Sunday celebration. We have a community of like-minded people and some people who are new to this. And if you are new to this, we have all kinds of great information for you. You can DM me here through Facebook or even YouTube if you like. We'll get back to you. We'll talk to you. We'll counsel you. We'll help you through and help you remember the truth about you. That's what the New Thought Spiritual Center is all about. We do have some statements of principles, and I want to show those to you right now. Watch this. We've been talking all year about communing with our greatness. And where is our greatness? Our greatness is right here within us. Within us right here. It's in our brain and our mind. And the difference between the brain and our mind, our heart brains, and of course in our gut brains. They're all talking to each other at the same time. They are all are part of this consciousness that connects to, communes with, and is with the divine, or God, or the power and the presence, or whatever you want to call it. It matters not what you call it. God doesn't care what you call it. As long as you call it, as long as you commune with it. And that's what we're all about this year. Communing with our greatness, and we're all part of the greatness. We all are individually showing and showing up with our greatness. This month, as we do every month, we switch our 3 statement of principles around. And this month, we're talking about, as well as highlighting, our mission statement here to bust through SOAR and Zoom. And like I've done every week this month, I want to read you the quote that I have down here. You can't see it all. It's a quote from Richard Bach. Richard Bach, you may remember, wrote this fabulous book, Jonathan Livingston Seagull. He also wrote a book called Illusions. And he reminds us in this quote, and I love this quote, to fly as fast as thought, you must begin by knowing that you have already arrived. And why have you already arrived? Because the greatness of the universe, the creation of the universe, the power and presence of the Big Bang, if you like, is here right now within you, waiting for you to decide through your belief system what it is you want to experience in your life. Like I say at the beginning of pretty much every Sunday celebration, you are an irresistible magnet with the power to attract into yourself everything that you desire. Everything that you desire. So commune with your greatness. Join us right now. Let's do it right now. Let's commune with our greatness right now. And what do I mean by that? I mean, we're going to do what we call a spiritual mind treatment. Some of you may not know what that means. A spiritual mind treatment is an affirmative prayer. It is a prayer to affirm not only who, what, and why we are, but to affirm what we have decided to be a magnet for, to attract into our life, to correspond our belief with the infinite possibilities in the universe. So let's take a moment here. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to do it 3 times. We're going to take 3 deep breaths, and I want you to do it through your nose. And then we're going to hold it just for a few seconds, and then we're going to let it out through our mouths. We want to do some active breathing, and then we'll just let it be normal again. Let it be what it wants to be as I begin to speak and affirm with this prayer, with our word, what it is we're bringing into our lives. Okay? So here we go, through your nose. Ready? Deep breath, slow. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Let it out through your mouth. Shh. You can make a noise if you want. Shh. Inhale again, slowly. Fill those lungs, fill that belly with air, and hold it. And then let it out through your mouth. Shh. Do it together one more time. Hold it. Let it out through your mouth. If you haven't already done so, please stop whatever you're doing. You could stand there. I like your feet on the floor, though. If you're standing, your feet are probably on the floor. But if you're sitting, unless you're sitting in a lotus position that you might be used to or that brings you comfort and aligns you, please put your feet on the floor. We want to connect not only with that great power, that great divine intelligence, but with the Mother Gaia, the earth, the planet we are upon. Because in this moment we know there is one big old great power. It is called by many names. But we also know that we, at this moment, intentionally commune with it, communicate with it, speak with it as it is within each and every one of us. For that power and presence is revealed in the personality called you, called Susan, called Joe, called whatever, whomever. That power and presence individualizes itself in each one of us here and now. And with this power and presence, with this word spoken, I know that we all attract unto our lives that which makes it better, that which teaches us to live happier lives, to live more affluent lives, to live lives of health, lives of ease and peace, lives of freedom. We live these lives, we reveal this divinity in every thought and feeling we can imagine. For in this power of imagination, connected with this power of feeling it, feeling that which we have decided is showing up in our lives in peace and prosperity and health, in creativity, in work, in relationships. But we have decided we can feel it. We can smell it, we can hear it, we can taste it. We know how it feels by the touch. All this becoming real right now, becoming real in our consciousness, and thus becoming real in our experience. We are that power. And as I speak this word to remind each and every one of us of this power, of this presence, I know it to be not only true, but to be in use right here, right now, by each of us in our own individualized way. And so I release this word, knowing that the universe says yes. The universal, infinite possibilities say, here we are. Take what you require. As together we say, and so it is. I think next we will jump into our sacred reader section. We have a fabulous sacred reader who is going to read from and talk about one of my favorite books, and I know his favorite book. And so let me introduce to you the good Reverend Gary Oltman. And there he
Thank
is. He's
you.
popping up. There he is. How are
Thank
you
you.
this morning?
Great. Now,
Good.
I guess you're now the Dr. Reverend Jay. Jay just got his doctorate, and we'll be celebrating that. I wanted to congratulate him. Not sure if I'm the first, but congratulations, Jay, on that monumental, well-deserved recognition. Dr. Reverend Jay Willick. It's an honor to serve the community and serve your center. I also work for my day job. I work for a nonprofit mental health organization, very large nonprofit. I have 6 people that work for me in my department, and had my annual review last week, and it went really well. I'm happy to report. And my supervisor shared that, you are a better leader than you give yourself credit for. And she said, being a good leader is difficult and you do it well. So I took that in for a minute. I said, my staff often tell me I'm a great boss, but sometimes I wonder if they just say it because they have to. But, I said they probably wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. And so I will try to accept what you've said here for myself a little bit more and move into that even in a better way. And I think many of us are taught to be humble when we're growing up. We're taught to put other people's needs before ours. But, all the story I think relates basically to our monthly theme, which is on a mission. And got me thinking about this whole Sunday, and I'm still thinking about it. Thoughts are running through my head right now that I'm trying to place into this context. So in this ever-changing world, it's changing right up to this moment for me. And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to accept your magnificence, accept your greatness, accept your infinite possibilities, accept your brilliance, your splendor, your power, your superpower. Accept the unity you have with all that is. Accept your unity with the power that is behind all things. Whew, that's a lot. And you are all those things. And I know sometimes, just like in my review, it's hard. Oh, wow, somebody thinks that about me. And I need to think that more about myself. And if you don't realize that for yourself yet, I'm just going to take a moment to realize that for each of you and each person in this world. I can do that right here in my mind. I know that there is a power for greatness running through each and every person right here. I accept that truth for all beings in the universe, all living souls, all people populating this earth. There is greatness. There is something within that is directing them. Well, just like my boss accepted my greatness for me in that interview, it made it a little easier for me to do the same for myself. And we can do that just like I did in any moment for ourselves or those around us. And we can just put it out there as a thought out into the one mind, because we share it all. There's one thing going on, and anything we press into that mind is there, just sitting there as a seed available for anyone's acceptance. So if you'd like to take that seed I planted, accept your greatness, move into your day with that, you are welcome to it. Because accepting our greatness is the first step in a graceful journey. The power back of all things listens carefully to our beliefs. Our beliefs is all it has to fuel the creative process. It cannot choose for us. So say yes to your greatness today. Your life is anchored on the solid ground of your core beliefs. This will set up your journey to be a joyful one. You are the Starfleet commander of your journey, and you can go where no one has gone before. I have a reading for today, and it's from the founder of the teaching of the science of mind that I've been studying for the past 25 years. And it comes out of this little book, this thing called You, and it's by Ernest Holmes. Also on the back bookshelf that always sits right here is the giant book he wrote, which is The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. And that's what the teaching is based on. So you could read this 1,000-page book, and I've probably done it many times. There's some daily readings you can do. Let's see, put it over here. But you can also skip to the shorter other book he has, which is one of my favorites and maybe my favorite. And right in here, he writes, you already are a spiritual being. When the mind understands this and embodies its essence, that which you are in the invisible, we become more apparent in the visible. You have concluded that this is true, and that's what we just did previously when I was talking. It's true. You are reinforced by this wisdom of the ages and rapidly becoming further reinforced through scientific investigation. Let us see if we can discover what blocks the way. Well, we shall not discover any block in reality, in reality itself, but in our attitude toward it. Now that man has reached the stage of self-choice, he can temporarily, but not permanently, block the divine. Browning said that a man can desecrate, but never lose the divine spark. It is always there. Let us suppose that you are spirit, soul, and body, as the Bible states that your spirit already is perfect and individualized center in the consciousness of God. I am always with you, he quotes from the Bible, even unto the end of the world. Further writes, God has made you out of himself. The only material he had was the substance of his own being. The only mind he had to implant in you was his mind. The only spirit he had to impart was his own spirit. So we are that presence living right here, right now, today. And if that doesn't make us feel powerful, I don't know what will. And we now's the time when we're going to share our affirmative incantation. And I'll draw your attention to another book that joined our bookshelf here by Jay Willick, and it's the Affirmation Revolution. He writes these affirmations every week for us. They're amazing. And he's put a lot of them in this book and added some other things to help us throughout the year. So today's affirmation is, I am on a mission to create my best life. I choose to create my best life. The universe conspires with me to create my best life. My best life is clear, focused, fun, exciting, prosperous, healthy, happy, wise, and peaceful. The mission is set, the parameters are chosen, and the path is clear. I am the creator of my best life, so my best life arrives in full bloom. Thank you, Jay, again. Let's take that affirmation in for a moment, and let's just recognize through a quick spiritual mind treatment, recognizing right now the I am, that great I am resides right within me. It resides right within you. It is the source for everything in this world. All life, all action comes from this place of connection to the divine that we each contain right within us. And I know that we use this connection. We use this connection to bring things into our life that serve our needs and serve the needs of others in a peaceful, harmonious way. I know that there's one source, and that source is infinite. Infinite possibilities lay right within this one mind. The exact right one comes to us in each moment to be acted upon, to be chosen, to be said yes to, as we are always guided in each moment down this path, this joyful path, this journey that is filled with love, light, financial abundance, perfect health, great love, friendships. Ah, it's wonderful. So wonderful to have this life. And it's so wonderful to share it with each of you, because I know we walk together in harmony through this world in peace. Together we say, and so it is.
So it is. So it is. So it is. Thank you, Gary. Gary and Barbara are going to change places so Barbara can bring us a song this week. It's interesting. Gary brought out my book. Thank you very much. It's interesting. People have been asking me about putting together a workshop based on my book. And you know what? This is it. Every Sunday morning, we have a workshop based on my book. All the essays in the book where I talk about the philosophy, not only of the monthly theme, but the philosophy of our teaching completely, and the philosophy of the universal spiritual laws. We talk about that every week right here. You can come here every week for an hour, maybe a little less, and get this information and be active with it. When we do our spiritual mind treatments, participate. You are active. That's experiential. When we read through the Affirmative Incantation for the week, be active. Be a part of it. That's experiential. This is your workshop right here every Sunday, every hour. To bring you the tools and the philosophy and the intelligence and the love and the energy surrounding you to bring you your best experiences. That's what we're doing here every week. So, let's get to some music, okay? I see Reverend Barbara is ready, so I'm going to step away and have a wonderful time listening to some music from Reverend Barbara Altman.
Good morning. So yes, I am on a mission to live my best life. Sometimes it feels like some of the things we want are so far away and it's quite a journey to get there. But the truth is, in that journey is where life happens, where life is. And it's all about the journey, or in this case, it's all about the climb. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I will remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going. And I gotta be strong. Just keep moving on. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Yeah, yeah. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Yeah. Keep on moving, keep climbing, keep the faith, baby. It's all about the climb. Keep your faith, keep your faith.
Oh, yeah. Great song, great singer. Thank you so much, Barbara. Mountains, there's always a mountain. Great thing is that you are equipped to climb every mountain. Oh, another song. Or build a mountain of your own to climb, not as a hardship, but as a journey. Oh, I could go on and on about that, but I have other things I wanted to talk about today. You know, many of you come here for comfort, reminders, tools, guidance, and or answers. And we all honor that. The board honors that. Reverends Gary and Barbara honor that. But today, I have questions for you. Because, you know, it's said that the best answers come from the best questions. And the quality of those questions and answers equals the quality of your life. Now, many of these questions are answered in your purpose. The purpose statement we talked about a couple of months ago. Your personal purpose statement. Many more are found in your vision. The vision you have for your life that we talked about all last month. And the actions through your mission, and remember, we're on a mission this month for your mission, not my mission versus your mission of your life. Many of those questions are answered as you decide what your mission will be, even if it's to take this one on for yourself. Questions like, what are you going to focus on? Now, not what's missing. We're not going to look at what's missing. Yeah. You kind of decide to have something in your life by noticing it is not there. And, you know, it's not there or it's not there often enough, either way. And then you realize it's missing. However, you don't focus on what is missing. You focus on what it is you are deciding to have, where the have consciousness is going to show up. It's a very subtle but powerfully effective difference. Focusing on what it is you want, what it is, not want, let's get rid of that want. What it is you have decided to have versus focusing on what's missing. Because if you focus on what's missing, then that's what the universe hears. That's what the universe sees. That's what the universe intuits through your belief system, that you are missing this, and it will give you more of that missingness. It is more than happy to give you more of that missingness. So focus on what it is you have decided to have. 2, what meaning are you going to give these things these things, these ideas, not just not just things like a new car, blah blah blah, but things like peace of mind. Excuse me, things like better relationship with your boss or your parent or whatever. How do you feel with this idea in your life? There's a question to answer. How do you feel with this idea being in your life right here, right here, right here, right now? I mean, do you hear the difference there? How do you feel? Not how would you feel. Present tense, present tense. How do you feel? How important is it to you? The deeper the importance, the stronger the magnet. Remember, like I start every Sunday morning with, you are a magnet to attract that which you desire, require in your life. The stronger the magnet you are to have it brought to you is correspondingly equal to the importance it is to you right here, right now. Not tomorrow, not next year, right now. Number 3, what are you going to do? You know, knowledge is great. We're here every Sunday and other days to bring to you knowledge in many different forms. But execution is what's king. Execution is what's queen. Execution is your knight, prince, and or princess. This is not about being motivated to do something. Like I said last week, this is about being inspired. What inspires you gets you motivated to get on your mission. Right now, today. So what is it? What inspires you to thus get motivated and get on your mission today? These are questions for you to answer, not for me to answer for you. It's not for me to give you the answer because your answers maybe are similar, but they're going to be different than mine. You know, recently I had someone send me an email saying that they would not be watching or listening anymore. And it's because they felt that because of the way I had been speaking recently, that they felt they were in a therapist's office. And I thought about this, and I was, of course, not happy that this person was disappointed in not what we were teaching, but how it was being presented. And it got me thinking about what a therapist does. Not versus, but inclusive of what I have been doing. And so I thought about that. And so what does a therapist do? They ask questions. They suggest tools of action and thought. They listen, most importantly, actively listen. They explore reasons and responsibility with the person in the room with them. They offer insights into the feelings and experiences that are many times confusing or causing stress to the person across from them. They help their clients develop better cognitive and emotional skills. We all need that now and again. No matter how smart, how emotionally intelligent we are, things trigger us, and we need to figure out how to make that trigger not show up anymore sometimes. A therapist also uncovers and validates the strengths that the person across from them has. Reduce symptoms of mental dis-ease. Not mental illness, but the dis-ease of what's going on in the brain as well as the mind. The brain as far as the synapses firing or not firing or misfiring, and the mind versus what we're thinking, what our perspective is. And they challenge you. A good therapist will challenge you in a respectful way, of course, and sometimes a provocative way, but it's still a respectful way to be your best self. Why? Because they know it's there. They know everything's there. Whatever has gotten in the way can be pushed out of the way. So sometimes they have to provoke you a little bit with questions of their own. Now, I'm not technically a therapist or psychologist, etc. I have not gone through that legal training or hours or degrees that is required by the state to be called a therapist or a psychologist, etc. My Doctor of Divinity and all that preceded it was learned, earned, and recognized in order for me to receive this doctorate. It was not an honorary bestowment. I earned it. I had to do certain things, certain requirements in order to receive this Doctor of Divinity. It's a testament, a certification of my spiritual knowledge and my ability to offer tools and counseling, my ability to teach truth, universal truth, giving out reminders of the tools and strengths that you have, that I have, that we all have, and reminding you to take hold of those and assisting you in honing your spiritual skills in order to influence, upgrade, expand your consciousness. It is infinitely expandable. And when you expand your consciousness, thus your beliefs get expanded, get upgraded, in order for you to attract the life you want to lead, that you want to have, that you want to produce. That's what I do. And it sounds like therapy because a lot of it is the same. I am a big believer in provoking all of us, including myself, to be better. To be our better selves, our best selves, using our highest selves to inform us, teach us, and bring us the best of the infinite opportunities that are out there that we have decided we require in our lives today, right now. Because nothing changes till you decide on your purpose, on your vision, on your mission. Nothing changes till any of us decides what our purpose is, what our vision is, what our mission is. And even if those change drastically sometime in your life, or many times in your life, you do that on purpose. You do that with intention. There's no smart or wise quote. There's no therapist. There's no spiritual leader that can affect you until you are open to be affected, and unless you act to self-reflect and thus self-affect. Unless you take on the mission to lead a happy, healthy, affluent, creative life, whatever that means to you. And what that means to you may not be the same thing as what it means to me, and that's cool, that's okay. There's this a woman, she calls herself Mommy Moo Moo, but her real name is Debbie Barbuto. And she said, we have a choice to live in the age of enlightenment or the age of darkness. Now, I'm here to assist you in living in the age of enlightenment. That's what we bring here to you every week. And what I do on social media and TikTok, etc., etc. I'm here to help you assist yourself in staying in the age of enlightenment for your life. And to assist you in answering questions like these. Why do we exist? Why are we here? What are we going to do to have this or that in our lives? What is our mission? The Dalai Lama once wrote, I believe that the very purpose of life is to be happy. From the very core of our being, we desire contentment. Since we are not solely material creatures, contrary to the song, it is a mistake to place all of our hopes for happiness on external development alone. The key, he says, is to develop inner peace. Inner peace before outer peace. Inner affluence before outer affluence. Inner love before outer love, etc., etc., etc. Now, interestingly enough, Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was one of the first leaders in the New Thought movement that teaches this philosophy, he said this: the purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. That doesn't mean you have to be in service to other people all the time. Because to be in service to yourself for a happy and healthy life, and I'm talking not only bodily health, but mental health, that adds to the energy of love and peace and calm and ease in our world. That's a life lived and lived well. And to be of service, of course, is paramount. But not every day, not every hour. I am here to teach you. Let me say this in a different way. I am not here to teach you what to think. I'm not. If it sounds like it, it is not meant to sound like it. Though I have a few ideas for some of you about what to think, but that's not important. Because I am here to use the principles and tools of science of mind and spirit and New Thought to teach you how to think. And that your choice in thinking is supported by the creative power in the universe that surrounds us. The Big Bang that made everything, that energy of intelligence and love. I am here to use the principles and tools of neuroscience because I love reading about that, which is neuroscience is this unifying science that puts together consciousness and brain function studies into proving how they are one. We see it every day, pretty much, how these experiments prove in the scientific method what we've been talking about in the consciousness philosophy for decades, if not millennia. But neuroscience helps us understand in a, shall we say, practical way, 3D reality way, how powerful your thinking is, how powerful your thinking works. You know, you have up to like 60,000 thoughts per day, probably more. And they say that 98% of them are the same and 80% of them are probably negative. Though we can change that. Why? How? Because we have this, what they call neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity tells us that daily the brain engages in synaptic pruning, deleting the neural connections that are no longer necessary or useful and strengthening others. Now, that may seem like something you don't have control over, but that's not true. You have control over it through your conscious thought, and we get to use our conscious thought to create those new pathways that eventually become pathways to beliefs. Because as Mahatma Gandhi said, your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. And I bring to you the principles and tools of ancient wisdom as well. There's this Afghan saying that even the largest army is nothing without a good general. Well, you are the general of the army of thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that you have decided and that you choose daily, every minute, every second to accept. And you can use the ideals from neuroscience, from science of mind, New Thought, from ancient wisdoms to answer those questions, to change those thoughts and feelings and beliefs. So ask yourself the questions. Ask yourself the questions. Because the Chinese proverb tells us, one of many, one who asks is a fool for 5 minutes. One who never asks is a fool for life. And you're not really ever a fool to ask a question. You may feel that way, but you never are. Because once your answer shows up, once you're open to the answer, life changes. Life gets better. Life upgrades and expands. And as the Buddha reminds us, you are what you think about. So what are you thinking about? What questions are you thinking about? What answers are you allowing to come in and constantly thinking about? Your mission, just like this center, is to bust through old thinking habits, whatever they are, and soar into the new perspectives, the new attitudes, and the expanded consciousness that you have decided to bring into your life. So that then you can zoom into your best life. Boom! Right into your best life. There's a guy, he's very funny. He wrote this book called The Dead Toad Scrolls. His name is Kilroy J. Oldster. I'm not sure if that's his real name or not. But he wrote this great quote. The greatest fear that human beings experience is not death, which is inevitable, but consideration of the distinct possibility of living a worthless life. You are on a mission to create your greatest life, whether it's for 50 more years or 10, whatever. Or even 10 months, whatever. But as we remember that the universe is always conspiring with us to create that great life, then we can remember, like Epictetus said, he was a Greek philosopher way back in the year 55. He said, first say to yourself, what would you be? And then do what you need to do. First say to yourself, what would you be? Answer those questions. Come up with the best questions for yourself, those quality questions. And then do what you need to do. Take on your mission. When you stay clear and focused on your purpose, vision, and mission, filling it with fun and exciting events, prosperous and healthy thoughts, feelings, and actions, when you are awakened to the truth that you have access to all that is happy, wise, and peaceful, your mission is set. Your parameters are chosen. Your path becomes clear. Who is the creator of your best life? Who is the power to make your best life arrive in full bloom? Who has the best questions to receive the optimal answers and take the greatest actions, the most bold and brave actions? You. Right here, right now. Whether you know it or not, whether you feel it or not, whether you even have faith in it or not. You are the power. So take the leap. Climb the mountain if you have to, because it's time to set it up. Thank you so much. Namaste. Let us place our hands on our hearts and together declare our love offering blessing. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you for your blessed love offerings. We are on social media here at the New Thought Spiritual Center. This will show you where. Join us. Look at these. Aren't these beautiful? Love these flowers. Whew. Hey, as Reverend Gary said, I wrote a book, and I'll talk about it a little bit after you watch the advertisement. Watch this. I want you to join the affirmation revolution. This is a revolution I'm starting. As you've seen, if you've been here even in 1 week, I don't write the little 1 or 2 sentence affirmations or even 3 sentence affirmations that you'll see anywhere else. I'm hesitant to say I don't believe they work, because they will work if you believe they will work. But in my studies of neuroscience and psychology and the like, I have found that without a true storyline, so to speak, your brain doesn't necessarily pick it up, because as we keep saying these same 1 or 2 sentences over and over again, it becomes rote, and your mind starts to not listen. It becomes like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. And you're saying nice things and you're saying positive things, but when you have a story, we learn best by a story, and we learn best by repetition of this story. And that's why I advise twice a day in the morning, take your 2 to 5 minutes to go deep with it. And in the evening before you go to sleep, take those 2 to 5 minutes to go deep with it. That's it. That's it. Versus saying, I am great, I am fabulous, I am great, I am fabulous, I am great, I am fabulous, because just saying that over and over again gives your mind, even in those milliseconds between the sentence, time to say, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not. Whereas your mind will listen to the story. And that's what I'm creating with the affirmative incantations. A story for your subconscious to go, yeah, I get that. Join the affirmation revolution. I'm starting it right now. I want to change affirmations for the better, and thus for our lives for the better. So you'll see momentarily, you'll see all kinds of names and stuff going by under me. Those are the people and the organizations where I found videos and blah, blah, blah to create the videos for our Sunday celebration. And of course, I want to thank Steve Apperson, who's back there pressing buttons and is the producer and director of our Sunday celebration every Sunday. And of course, the fabulous Reverends Gary and Barbara Altman, who bring not only their talents and their spiritual intelligence, but the wonderful God energy that they are to assist us in stepping up and expanding our consciousness and thus expanding our lives. So we're going to end our broadcast very soon with a song called Dream It Possible. And this was a song written by Andy Love. Andy Love, what a great name. And it's sung by Zia, or it could be Zia May. Great version of this song, Dream It Possible. But first, let us step into a spiritual mind treatment, an affirmative prayer to close our service today, to close our workshop today. Let's stop calling it a service. It's a workshop. Every Sunday is a workshop for you to participate in. That's right. Here we go. Close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. Take a deep breath. A lot is going on. I talk very fast, but you know what? You're going to pick up one or two things, and that's all you need to pick up. One or two things from me, one or two things from Gary and Barbara, one or two things from the videos you see, whatever. You pick one up, you put that into your life, and that is success. So let us all know together that this divine intelligence, this universe of infinite possibilities is working right now. It's active, it's awake, it's happening. And each and every one of us is part of that, is part of that divine intelligence, is part of that wisdom and love, is part of that ease and grace that the universe provides as we allow it to come into our lives. We reveal that divinity that is within us. We reveal that right now. And no one and nothing and no law can take that away. No sacred book or so-called sacred book can take that away. Nothing can take that away because the energy, the creative energy that made all, call it God, call it divine, call it what you will. That Big Bang is right here, right now, supporting us, conspiring with each and every one of us to bring into our lives that which we have decided to have. So we answer those questions of what do we decide to have in our lives. We answer that right here and right now. Answer it for yourself. Boom. It is done. It is done. It is done in the mind, the consciousness, the energy of the universe. How do we make it done into our experience? We answer those questions over and over again with the answer of yes. Yes, here it is right now. Peace, prosperity, ease, grace, health, love, creativity, the best job ever, a country we can be proud of. All those things are here and now, first in mind, then in action, then in experience. We experience. We are on a mission, and this mission is fulfilled starting right now. This is the word, this is my word, this is your word, this is the word of the divine. And so we release this word with great appreciation, knowing it to be happening now. Thankful for its happening. As I release this word into the universe that says, yes, I'm here. I'm right behind you. I am your foundation. I am conspiring with you, for you, as you, right here, right now. As together we say, and so it is. Amen, Omen, hallelujah, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Have a most fabulous week. We'll see you next Sunday, or maybe sometime during the week on social media. Bless you all. Thank you so much. Namaste.
I will run, I will climb, I will soar. I'm undefeated. Oh, jumping out of my skin, pull the cord. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, the past is everything we is who we are. So I'll dream until I make it real, and all I see is stars. It's not until you fall that you fly. When your dreams come alive, you're unstoppable. Take a shot, chase the sun, find it beautiful. We will glow in the dark, turn it dust to gold, and dream impossible. I will reach, I will fly until I'm breaking, until I'm breaking out my cage like a bird in the night. I know I'm changing, I know I'm changing into something big, better than before. And if it takes 1,000 lives, then it's worth fighting for. It's not until you fall that you fly. When your dreams come alive, you're unstoppable. Take a shot, chase the sun, find the beautiful. We will glow in the dark, turn it dust to gold, and we'll dream impossible. To the top, we'll spark the wildfire, never quit, never stop. The rest of our lives, from the bottom to the top, we'll spark the wildfire, never quit, never stop. It's not until you fall that you fly.